The Citizen Report is a production of New Shannon Media. All content protected under copyright.
And welcome to the Citizen Report. I'm Jonathan Shannon, and thank you for joining me tonight. As always, this newscast is real, in-depth American. Thank you so much for joining me. My co-host, David Heller, is off tonight. Well, this is going to be a very shocking episode for many of you, at least, because I have video to show you that not only proves that child trafficking exists, and it's worldwide. It's not just a problem here in the United States. It's a problem globally. It's not just that though. It is, I think, by far the most shocking footage that I will have ever shown on the Citizen Report. And I cannot stress to you enough, this is shocking and it's hard to watch. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is hard to watch. For many of you, this may not be an episode that you want to watch, and I can understand that perfectly, but I think it's important to, in what little way I can, shine light on this. And by the way, I want to give a hat tip to April Lejeune, her show. It was because of her show earlier today, some hours ago, her broadcast for Monday. And I say that because it's after midnight, and the timestamp or the video title will say 9:22, but it was the Monday 9:21 broadcast that she did that she showed this footage, or at least a certain copy of it. And I just want to give her a thanks. Thank her for doing her part to exposing this, because I think many people still don't really get that child trafficking is a thing. And if you don't think child trafficking is going on, you are very, very ignorant, because it is. It's far, far worse than anyone could possibly imagine. All this crap about Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. I am so over it. I'm so over it because it's so phony when you look at it. You've got the leaders of Black Lives Matter literally engaging, as I understand it, basically in witchcraft. I won't get into that tonight, but I'm just saying that's a phony movement. But Save Our Children is a real movement. Now, I'm just speaking for myself personally, and only personally, in saying what I just said, but that is my opinion. Now, I'm going to show you that footage here in a second, but I'm just going to warn you one more time before I get to this footage that I personally found a copy of on Twitter. I'm just going to give you a heads up right here and now. If you think you can't handle this, it's not graphic in the sense of, it's not like you're going to see blood, but it's graphic that you see children who clearly, as they're being rescued, look very malnourished. They look incredibly malnourished and distressed even. It's the audio particularly is even exceedingly difficult to consume than just the video, because the video is hard enough to watch. The audio is just, you'll have to see and listen for yourself, but I'm telling you, as you'll understand in a second, it is shocking. But without further ado, viewer discretion is strongly advised as I now begin to play this clip. Let me begin that here in just a second. I do need to pop it up here on screen. Okay, so let me see if I can take this full. I hope I can. In just one second. All right, let's get moving with this. So I've given fair warning, and now we're going to play this clip. It's a little over 2 minutes long, and I'm telling you, this is going to be a roller coaster to sit through this for sure. Oh, and let me just say one more thing. I can't confirm this, but it's been widely speculated, widely stated, to at least from what I've seen, for those who have talked about this, The Twitter posts, I think April or June may have alluded to this. I'm not sure. Well, actually, at least on Twitter, it has been said this was Iraqi women and children. So, anyways, here we go. Let's play this clip.
جيبوا مي جيبوا مي عموري مي انزلوا انزلوا خلينا جيت القنين دمو زيني خالص زيني مثل حالك مثل حالك بس الأولاد حطوا جوا بأسفل كيف حالك ترى المفروض ما تصور شوفي اليوم الرفعات يعني ترى احنا بشر مو حيوانات ده خلاص ده روح روح
All right. Well, I don't even really know what to say. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it looks like a tanker, possibly. It was a truck that they were removed from, as I understand it. Some kind of, maybe a tanker. And there was an opening there that they pulled out I guess a door or whatever kind of system they have there to open up that portion of the wall of that tanker, but or whatever it was, certainly a truck. But as you saw there, those children were clearly malnourished. I mean, it was beyond. I mean, what can you say? That's disturbing. It's disturbing, and people that tried to attack those who counter pedophilia, those who peacefully stand up against pedophilia, for those that attack Save Our Children, and I'm going to get to that in a second because there might be, in a different way, an exceedingly infuriating clip coming up here in just a moment. I'm going to play a portion of that's going to basically bolster my point that those who attack Save Our Children, those who attack the good people that just want to not see children get trafficked and put into pedophilia, I think it says something about the media, because the mainstream media, they're not getting on board with Save Our Children. Yeah, maybe on a local level, yeah, perhaps in some places, but as you're going to see, even on a local level, particularly, I'm just going to say right now, in Denver, Colorado, there's a TV station there that basically attacked the movement, at least indirectly. Now, if that was their intent or not, I can't say. I can't read their mind. I can't look into their heart. But I can speculate, given the kind of tone that they use, given the language, given the comparisons they made. To me, it was just, it reeks of being an attack. And let me tell you something. Let me say this. that video I just showed you should be enough proof that we've got a real issue here when it comes to children that are being trafficked. I don't know where these children came from. It's like I said earlier, it might have been from Iraq. I don't know, but it just shows it's global. It's not just here in America, but I guarantee you there's stuff like that going on in America too. And don't tell me there isn't. Now, I'm going to go to this now. I just have to say, it does mess with your psyche a little bit to watch that clip. I mean, and also it messes with your psyche just as much, having to ponder on the notion that there are actually those who do not support Save Our Children, who actually stand in its way. So, everything I'm saying on this podcast, on this episode is strictly my opinion. Okay. I'm not speaking for anybody but myself. I'm speaking on my own accord, but I'm telling you, there are movements out there the media pushes out there, like Black Lives Matter. And again, strictly my opinion. I'm not speaking for anyone but myself, but I'm telling you, Black Lives Matter is a complete farce. I'm sorry, but it is. Yet you have movements that the media, unlike Black Lives Matter, the media just about worships them. Probably does. And then you have like Save Our Children. The media gives a cold shoulder at best in most cases. It's sickening. So, as I said, I do have this clip now I'm going to share with you. Let's go to that now. This is from KMG. Let's see, make sure I'm saying that right. KMGH Television, Channel 7, ABC affiliate in Denver, Colorado, owned by Scripps. They brand as Denver 7. Now this is a video they uploaded. Facebook page for Save Our Children rally in Denver contains references to QAnon. So, and I do have something to say about, I'm trying to minimize how much I say this because I'm so afraid that, well, not afraid, but I don't want YouTube to flag this with their algorithms and all that stuff that they have. But you see this. I do have something to say about that coming up shortly. But first, I do have this to share with you right here and now. And I'm telling you, folks, this just exposes them. If the media, let me say this first. If the mainstream media thinks that by doing this, they're somehow scoring points towards countering Save Our Children, I've got news for them. There's too many people awake now. And the more they do this, the more people don't trust the media anymore. And David and I talked about this just last night, just on our most recent broadcasts. The media is people are not watching the traditional media anymore. You have those that still do, and I still watch television on occasion. But I'm just saying that the more they do this, the deeper the hole they dig themselves. And it brings me little joy to say that, because let me tell you something. Almost all of my life, if not all of my life, I wanted to be a news anchor. And to see this happen, to see the way the media is sickening. I'm just saying. So let's go to this now. And I'm not going to bother playing this whole thing. I'm not going to give them free publicity, but I'm just using this. And yes, using this as copyright fair use. It's, I have the right to use this if I'm doing it for news purposes, which is what I'm doing in critique. So that's what I have the right under copyright fair use. I'm just putting that on the record. I have the right to use this fairly. And without further ado, let's play this despicable intro to this package for this propaganda against Save Our Children.
The cause sounds good, save the children, but nationally, some rallies have been tied to bizarre conspiracy theories involving pedophilia and the Democratic Party. Denver 7's Sloan Dickey went to check out a rally here in Denver to see who is really behind it.
Kids are not for sale! Kids are not for sale!
We're here to
end human trafficking. We're also here to make reforming laws against pedophiles.
A rally in Denver against unspeakable crimes.
I am 1 in 4, and I will not be silent like those before me.
Survivors, protesters, and organizers say they have one message.
We are here today to take the first steps into truly saving our children.
All right, let me pause it right there. As I said, I'm not going to play this whole thing, although I do have to play enough of it so I can paint this picture that the media or this media outlet is trying to spin this movement, this very noble movement from people from all walks of life. They just want the children to not be harmed. I mean, how can you possibly say that's a bad thing? And yet the media finds a way to make it bad, because let me tell you something. The media, they have it in their interests to attack Save Our Children, because I'm just saying, the media is not independent. Editorially, they are controlled. It's just a fact, unfortunately, but it's true. So I'm going to pick it up right about here. I'm not exactly sure where I need to start playing again. Let's just start right about here. If I'm coming in a little early, just bear with me, but I believe this is important to include for the record here on the Citizen Report. So let's pick it up from right about here.
Is not.
So we are not affiliated with QAnon.
QAnon is a fringe conspiracy theory growing in popularity, alleging President Trump is defending America from pedophiles inside the United States government.
We don't represent any group of people.
Though the organizer...
Let me stop right there. See that guy? The guy, the guy that was talking on camera, he was saying, look, we're not speaking for any group. See, that's the thing. The media tries to loop them in. They try to trip them, if you know what I mean. They're trying to get that little soundbite that makes them look and appear a certain way. And this guy just said, look, we're not affiliated with any group. And if you notice now, I can't be exactly certain, but I don't recall seeing anywhere in this package or hearing anywhere in this package where they denounced Q either. They're just saying, look, we're just here for this Save Our Children, whatever they said. And again, the media finds a way to try to smear them. And this is so sick. But let's keep playing, because this just gets even more infuriating.
Of this rally,
I mean, infuriating towards not these people, these fine people, but rather infuriating towards this television station that put this piece of garbage of propaganda out there. Let's keep playing now.
Rejected the connection.
We are here on our own accord.
The conspiracy theories were noticeable.
So is this rally in particular, is this drawing attention to something like the QAnon rallies?
Possibly. I mean, that's just... It's hard to say right now.
Also visible on several signs were references to other unfounded conspiracy theories alleging pedophile rings in the Democratic Party. Conspiracies also shared on the Facebook page that organized the event, some posts calling for violence.
You have to do your own research and know your own facts and decide for yourself.
The QAnon conspiracy theory has spread significantly in recent months, even gaining support from the president.
Well, I don't know much about the movement other than I understand they like me very much. Which I appreciate.
Protesters at the rally say they're here for one reason.
Save our children, because it could be yours.
Sloan Dickey, Denver 7.
All right, so there was that. And I'll just say this too. See, if you notice, and I didn't play the whole package, but I think I played enough that it's clear. That is clear. See, here's the thing. If you think about it, they could have that television reporter, that television station could have chosen to simply report that there's a group seeking to call out pedophilia, seeking to call out child trafficking, because any person with half a brain would say that it's wrong to hurt children. And yet this station, this piece of garbage, really, instead deflects and says that because there's those that have references to Q, that oh, you know, that's a conspiracy theory. You see why I'm livid, people? I am so sick of this propaganda. I am sick of it. And you should be too. And again, I I studied broadcasting. I'm still technically going for a business administration communications. I'm still on track to try to do something in broadcasting as it currently stands. But I'll tell you this. This sickens me. And I'm telling you this. I'm not just some yeah, I'm just a I'm just an average guy, but I'm also someone that has wanted all my life almost since I was like 4 or something. You know, I'm not sure if it was 4, but I mean, I was practically a toddler or maybe, you know, just, but you get my drift. I was wanting to be in broadcasting for years. And yet to see this is sickening. It's just sickening. It's sickening. Again, they could have just reported on the fact that they were calling out pedophilia and child trafficking. But you notice the bottom line of their report was, you know, which is what, you know, you end on basically, was basically how they were supposedly connected to this conspiracy theory, they say. And it's just, it's these broadcast things, I'm telling you, if these people go bankrupt, I'm going to be like, bye-bye, see you later. I mean, these outfits have gone ridiculous. They are ridiculous. Let's bring it back down to room temperature now. But I get really passionate when I'm talking about this because I am so fed up with these broadcast outfits that put out this propaganda instead of just showing you what the truth is. Whatever the truth, you know, whatever the truth might be. And this station, this news package I just showed you is completely demonstrative of the fact that we have a real problem with the mainstream media. And that is exactly why people are tuning out. They don't want to watch that garbage. Because in fact, people are like, and people should be thinking like this. It's like, why do you call it a conspiracy theory? Why not judge Q? Again, I'm trying to minimize how much I say it because I don't want the algorithms to pick it up. But you know, Q. Why not give a fair and balanced? Just show me the facts. But that's not what they do, and that tells me the more they attack him, the movement, the more credibility I see in it. And I'll tell you this. I mean, I'm just telling you. And I have been paying attention to what to the posts now for a couple of years, more than a couple of years actually. Without further ado, I actually have something to say about that. First of all, I'm sorry. I'm trying to minimize how many times I say it, but unfortunately, I just have to say it enough times if if I need to clarify I'm referring to that versus another, you know. But this is one of the posts, post number 4734 from September 17th. And I really should have covered this last night, but I think it actually is perfect that I'm actually only now reporting on this tonight. But post 4734 from September 17, 2020. And it includes a screenshot from a previous post. Let's see what post number. It doesn't seem to give right off the bat. No, it doesn't give right off the bat the post numbers, but it was from January 23rd, 2018, and it says, "Do not glorify us. We are all patriots. Honor those who serve for God, humanity, and country. Where we go one, we go all." And of course, signed, you get the drift. And now from this post from a few days ago, whoever it is writes, Focus on content, and it has in brackets in bold, information. Research for yourself. Gatekeeper, noun. A person that controls access as to information, often acting as an arbiter of quality or legitimacy. An open internet allows innovators to bypass traditional gatekeepers and promote their work on its own merit. A guardian, monitor, deploy, camouflage. And this is the key part, because it goes back because now I've shown you that enough of that video to make this point that Q is saying. Drop all references RE, or regarding, I guess, Q, QAnon, etc., to avoid ban, termination, censorship install. Algos, I think it's to say algorithms, and it has brackets in bold, sniffers, bypass. So obviously that tells me the big tech, they have means of trying to sniff out, if you will, or detect, what's the word? I'm trying to not use it, because again, for this same reason, but you know, for this, I guess. Keep charging, midnight riders. And it has brackets in bold, Revere's Midnight Ride. And obviously that's a reference to, you know, Revere's ride in revolutionary times. And, you know, and everyone knows about that, of course, that has any, that has any knowledge at all about American history. Delivery of free information. And then it has brackets in bold, bypass controlled media narrative. So, and this is another post. This is actually an anonymous poster that he just made, that he just shared, passed along as a post in its own right. Post number 4735, also from September 17th, 2020. And this anonymous person writes, if somebody comes to accept a truth or swallow a red pill without knowing it was associated with Q, then they do so unpolluted by media bias regarding QAnon. Bypass prejudice makes sense. That's what Anon was all about, right? Nobody cares about ranks or names or upvotes or e-stardom. The content of your post should speak for itself. Ideas. Exactly. That's exactly right. Because, look, this was never about Q. Q is, see, for those that want to say Q is somehow a cult, I'm sorry, I have to disagree. I must respectfully disagree. First of all, that's a misuse of the term cult, because to suggest it's a cult is to say that any rejection of it means that, you know, you're an outcast or something. That's not what this is. It is simply an information source. And that's what this is. This is what it's always been, and that's what it always will be. So I think it's going to be interesting to watch how the media. I think the media is in panic, because if they weren't in panic, then why are they acting like this? So I think it demonstrates that we are winning. It is frustrating. I mean, the only, and you know, you have to be, you know, if you're human, you have to feel emotion. So I get it. I get frustrated too. I get concerned thinking about all the things the media are saying, that Biden is ahead in this. Well, actually, that's just projection. Really, Trump is ahead. I will tell you this. In my local area, today, I was out quite a bit. And of course, I'm not always looking for it, but all of the political stuff that I saw having to do with the president was unilaterally, absolutely Trump. I did not see one Biden thing the whole time I was out today. And for the governor as well today, all I saw was Dan Forest. Of course, he's running for the Republican to unseat this utter Nazi dictator we have named Governor Roy Cooper. I mean, my gosh, if North Carolina's ever had a dictator, it's Roy Cooper. Gosh, I mean, wow. But my point is that we are winning. it is frustrating, and we just kind of have to hold the line and just keep moving forward as best as we can, and keep an upbeat attitude as much as you can too, because why wouldn't you? So on that note, that's pretty much all I have for this broadcast. However, one more thing I have to share with you has to do with this podcast. On a programming note, I have this to pass along to you from thecitizenreport.weebly.com. That's our official website. Back on September 17th, I made this article talking about some changes coming to the Citizen Report soon. And one of the things is that coming up on the 28th, and I chose that since it's a Monday, and I figured it could be kind of a natural time for this to flip over. But, if you've been watching the Citizen Report for any length of time on any kind of regular basis, you know that when we do full broadcasts, we do a regular broadcast, I should say, and we also do what we call special bulletins. It's to kind of drive home the urgency, the immediacy, perhaps, or if it's something less urgent or less immediate, then certainly, of trying to get people's attention, if you will. The special bulletin broadcast, basically, we're going to split it into two separate categories. It's going to become basically two different categories. It will be breaking and special. Breaking, as its name suggests, will be information that's, like a news event taking place in real time, or, within a short time of it happening, where it's like a news flash, if you will. On the other hand, special broadcast, it's basically going to have more to do with in-depth stuff, maybe like if maybe a documentary, or if we go on location somewhere to investigate, just that kind of stuff, where it's maybe not the same as a usual broadcast. We will reserve the banner special for stuff like that. But I just wanted to add that as well. And also, just to say real briefly, I am looking to add contributors, reporters to our show, because what I really like to have long term is to have a full team of reporters right across the country, because I want people who are not bought and paid for by the mainstream media. I want people that are independent, that or at least have experience, that are telling the truth. And that's what I want. So if you are interested in that and in becoming basically a citizen journalist for the Citizen Report, just reach out to me, and bring your ideas to the table, because really I'm just kind of a blank canvas for this podcast, because I see a bright future for this. So just reach out to me and bring your ideas, because I would really appreciate it. So we will be updating our graphics in due course as well, voiceover maybe as well. And that's pretty much it. So that's it for the Citizen Report. Thank you for watching. As always, I'm Jonathan Shannon. And don't forget our website, as I just mentioned, thecitizenreport.weebly.com. You can find me right across social media on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and David as well. So for myself and David, have a great evening, and I'll see you right back here again next time. Good night, everyone.